Okay, good morning, guys. Welcome to Tony Sniper's Daily Outlook, and also welcome to all the new members that just joined our channel. So, every single day, Monday to Thursday, I always share Daily Outlook around 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Okay, now that Daily Outlook is to help you navigate through the market, is to help you have a clear direction of where the markets are going to, so you don't end up getting caught up because of what you see or due to what the market is actually doing. Okay, my daily outlook will help you to understand that, okay, the reason why this market is dumping is because of this, the reason why this market is pumping is because of this, and then you can just use it to take signals for yourself. Okay, thank you all for joining my channel. Our growth has actually been massive. I can remember I actually started this channel 2 years ago, and today we already have over 13,800 members. That's actually something to be proud of, and I'll continue to share value and continue to give you guys more information to help you navigate the forex market. Okay, remember, the fight is against poverty. Let's do it, guys. Okay, so good morning once more. Welcome to my daily outlook. Now, over the week, Saturday, Sunday, I'm sure most of you have actually seen news like the tariff, trade war, cutting aid flying around, right? Most of you have actually seen this news flying around. You saw the crypto market plummet, wiping away $2.5 billion from the market. Today, as the market just opened, you saw the stock also plummeting. Now, most of you might know what's actually happening. Most of you don't know what's actually happening. So I just want to use this moment to explain few information that I feel will be needed going forward, because if I don't explain all this, you might not understand what's actually happening. Okay, so as you all know, ever since Donald Trump became the United States president, Trump has been looking to secure both Canada and Mexico to becoming states of the United States of America, especially Mexico. Now, take for example, Nigeria wants to capture Ghana so that Ghana will be a state, just like how we have Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, Calabar. We would say, okay, we want to capture Ghana. We also want Ghana to become a state. Then if Ghana refuses, then we impose 25% levy tariff on their imports. Do you understand what that means? Meaning all the goods and services Ghanaians are buying from Nigeria, let's say our electricity, water, cocoa, coal, will actually impose a 25% increase to that tariff. So it will be harder for Ghana to import from Nigeria. They have no choice than to what? Join Nigeria and become a state. Number one, we have more GDP than them. Number two, we have more population than them. Nigeria has over 200 million plus population, and Ghana has less than 50 million population. So if Nigeria wants to claim Ghana, this is what they will do. But the whole world will not sit down and watch that happen, especially ECOWAS. Okay, so United States of America wants to capture Canada. They want Canada to become a state. They don't want Canada to be left as a country. Why? Donald Trump feel if they are together, they can actually do wonders. Because currently now, China and Russia are together. Even if they are not intertwined as a country, but they are working hand to hand. So that's what has actually been happening over the week. Most of you must have been confused. You don't even know what is happening. You're just seeing tariff, trade war, cut ties. What is actually happening? So that's what is actually happening behind the scene. This is the reason why Donald Trump is doing everything he's doing, because he wants to what? Capture especially Canada as a state to the United States of America. Then also, he also said illegal drugs, people doing cocaine, selling fentanyl, methamphetamine, all those drugs that people take, that they are also coming from Canada and all that, cocaine and the rest. They are coming from Mexico, sorry. So that is why Donald Trump is also deporting people back to their country. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that to you guys. Now, going forward, what would happen to all this economy? You would see a decline in the Canadian dollar, you will see a decline in Mexico peso, and you will see a decline in other countries' currency, which Donald Trump has also imposed that tariff because things will be too expensive for them. Now, what happens to the United States dollar? Massive strength will coming into the dollar because what? Everybody will be running to the United States dollar as a safe haven, not gold anymore. Everybody will be running back to the United States dollar as a safe haven because now you need to have dollar to buy things cheap. You need to have dollar to be able to afford the kind of lifestyle that you were living before all this tariff was imposed, because goods and services will go high, workforce will reduce, rent, light, all these bills will actually skyrocket. Do you understand? So now this is the reason why most people will actually what? Start saving their money in dollar. Now, Donald Trump has actually imposed this tariff on Canada, China, I think Mexico, and few other countries. You understand? Few other countries. So most of them, he has imposed all this tariff on them to make import harder, because Canada, Mexico, all these people, they normally do import different goods and services from the United States to their country. Okay. Now, the reason why Donald Trump is doing this is because he wants to have access to Canadian oil. Do you understand? Canada has actually a very big oil reserve. So I actually feel that is the reason. That might not be the reason, but I feel that is the reason, okay? Yeah. So without wasting much time, I've told you guys what will happen to the dollar. Investors now see dollar as a safe haven asset. Do you understand? Because the increase and demand for dollar is about to go crazy. Because now if you have dollar, none of this thing that Trump is doing will affect you. But if you have your currency and he imposes a tariff on you, your value of your currency, your purchasing power will decline. Do you understand me, guys? Good. I just wanted to explain that to you guys. Same thing on Chinese yuan, Mexico peso, Canadian dollar, and all that. Now, most of you would ask me, okay, now, Tony, we understand the reason why the dollar is actually very strong and why the market opened with gap. If you check USD CAD, the market opened with a huge gap above. If you check USD Mexican peso, you see a huge gap above. Why? Because of the news was announced within the week. So immediately the market opened. If you were selling USD CAD or you were selling USD MXN, that is Mexican peso, your account would have blown, because the kind of gap that opened. That is why people are scared of Donald Trump. Donald Trump becoming a president is also a bad thing for swing traders, because at this point, if you don't know how to read fundamental news, and on Friday you're selling USD CAD because you see one sweet market structure. On Sunday, Donald Trump did an interview and he mentioned all these things. Immediately the market is opening on Monday, your account have blown. There's nothing you can do about it. Do you understand? Now, what is the reason why Bitcoin and gold is also facing what is actually happening at the moment? Now, I want you guys to understand that this decline on BTC is attributed to investors' concern that the new tariff could what? Escalate inflation. Now, what you need to understand is that they actually feel this new tariff that Donald Trump has just added might actually be a good thing. Do you understand? So when they say this new tariff has started affecting all these countries, you don't want to be caught up in a situation where you don't know what you're doing, you're just buying, you're just selling, you don't even know what you're doing at this point. Do you understand? Now, the reason why you see most of these people now buying United States dollar instead of Bitcoin or gold is actually because of what I've actually just explained to you. United States dollar now is seen as the safe haven. Do you understand? United States dollar now is seen as the safe haven. And if United States dollar is seen as the safe haven, what do we do now? There's nothing we can do. Do you understand? There's nothing we can do at this point. So we just need to be careful so we don't get caught up in whatever that is happening. Okay? Just need to be very, very careful. Then also, fast forwarding to gold. Now, gold price have also been affected by the current economic climate. Remember, gold has actually been seen as a trade haven. I always tell you guys, gold is the safe haven currency. I always tell you guys, do you guys remember? All the calls that we've been hosting, I always tell you guys, gold is seen as a safe haven. But the fact that the pressure on the United States dollar, the demand on the United States dollar is increasing. Every single individual have no choice than to turn to the United States dollar. At this point, I don't know what Donald Trump is actually doing, but he's making USA gain that world power that they had before. Now, every single person that wants to travel around the world, wants to import and export around the world, want to do anything from outside your country. You know, anything you're doing, you'll be importing, you'll be exporting. You must do deals with people outside your country. You must have dollar. If you don't have dollar, you'll be killed. If you don't have dollar, you will not be able to work efficiently how you were working before. Because all these things happening is not affecting dollar. It's only making dollar stronger. You guys understand what I'm saying now? Okay, good. So now, in conclusion, I've explained everything to you guys. The reason why Donald Trump is doing all this to Canada, the reason why Donald Trump is actually imposing this tariff to the whole world, and what we should be looking forward to. Now, let's move to the South African rands. Now, I sent a video to the group. I don't know if you guys have watched it. If you've not, please go and watch that video. Now, Donald Trump said so many shady shits are happening in South Africa. Yeah, when I was in South Africa back then, I noticed a lot of shit happening. Now, if you're not from the country, you have limits to things you can acquire, except you date a South African girl or you marry a South African girl. Unlike other countries where I can actually just go and with my money I can start a business, start doing things and all that. In South Africa, it's actually not that easy because of the corrupt government system. But if you're dating a South African girl or you're with a South African girl, you can use her details to open bank accounts, to start business, blah, 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 and all that. Do you understand? So Donald Trump says so many shady shits are happening in South Africa, plus the fact that South Africans accept gay. And you know, Donald Trump also hates homosexuals. So their issue is just getting started. Confiscating land, closing businesses, the legal operations, like a lot of stuff actually happening in South Africa. So at this point, what Donald Trump is actually doing, he's cutting aid from South Africa. Now, if Donald Trump reduces financial aid and trade partnership with South Africa, what will happen to South Africa? This will hurt investors' confidence. Investors now in South Africa, they will be scared. Because imagine you're investing in South Africa and all the money that you're making is in rands. Now, back then, $100 is about 1,700, 1,800 rands. Now, imagine $100 now is worth almost 2,500 or 3,000 rands. Automatically, if you were a billionaire, you would drop to 500 million. In South Africa, you're still a billionaire, yes. But if you go outside South Africa, you're no longer a billionaire. So all these things that are actually happening at the moment, so it's good for the market because it will bring in volatility, but it's bad for the market because at this point now, the stock market has lost a bit of volatility. The market has been buying for a while, gold has been buying for a while, BTC has been buying for a while. All those volatility now are about to shift to the United States dollar. So I just wanted to explain this for you guys before I start the daily outlook, because if you don't understand all this fundamental news, you're going to be confused, okay? Now, if you check on investing.com, our number one news platform, you would see United States, that is US futures, sinks as Trump tariffs roil global markets. I've explained it to you guys. Japanese retail inflow to foreign equities soar high. So what is left now with all this being said, with everything I've explained to you guys? Expect more demand on the United States dollar. Expect more demand on the United States dollar. Dollar is about to go parabolic. Now, every single currency that is against the dollar should be scared. Dollar is about to buy aggressively. Every currency against the dollar, especially this Japanese yen, dollar will crash it. Dollar is about to collapse Japanese yen. Dollar is about to crash USD Canadian dollar. Now, let's look at USD card. Let's look at USD card, okay? Now, if you look at USD card, you can actually see what I was telling you guys. Can you guys see what I was telling you guys? Can you see the gap that opened? Now, this gap was actually due to the tariff that was imposed by Donald Trump. I've told you guys, Donald Trump is doing everything possible to make sure Canada becomes a state, the United States of America. So he will push them to the point where they have no choice than to succumb to his wishes. They will come to an agreement and tell Donald Trump, yes, they want Canada to be part of the United States of America. Go to USD Mexican peso. same thing. Can you guys see? Now, this is because of the imposed tariff. Now, imagine you were selling this market within the week. Just imagine you were selling this market within the week and you wake up on Monday and you see a massive push to the upside. That's why you need to be very careful, especially when trading fundamental news, especially when Donald Trump is actually the president of the United States of America, meaning this next 5 years is going to be very, very funny. It's going to be very, very interesting and funny at the same time. So make sure all your trades are from Monday to Friday. On Saturday, you've taken profit, or except you're using a smaller lot size and you're applying risk management, then you can choose to hold your trade until the following week, so that even if Trump gets aroused and he just wakes up and says something on Saturday or Sunday, it won't really hurt your account. Okay, now let's analyze the market. Let's see what we should be looking for next. Now, the gold actually created a new all-time high last week, and we're expecting to buy more gold if you get to this point. But at this point now, where everybody is looking to buy more dollar, is it a good news buying gold? It's actually a bad news, because at this point now, the demand has shifted from gold being a safe haven because of the Middle East war, Russia and Ukraine fighting and all that, to United States dollar. Now all of a sudden everybody need dollar for trade. Now all of a sudden everybody need dollar to be able to import and export. Now all of a sudden everybody need dollar in order to not be affected by these tariffs and 25% levy that Donald Trump is imposing on every country. The only way now to avoid everything happen is to get a dollar. You guys understand what I'm saying? So you should see that this shit is actually very crazy. So just make sure you're stacking more dollar, be it USDT, be it whatever. Just make sure you're stacking more dollar, guys, okay? Donald Trump. So same thing on Australian dollar. You can see a huge drop in the market, because why? United States dollar is getting very, very strong. It's actually getting very strengthening. So now imagine we now trading technically and expecting the market to come back here before we sell. Donald Trump just woke up. Instead of this market to come back here, he just said something and boom, the market opened below. Okay, you guys see what's happening. So what do we do now? All these markets are potential entries for a good buy and a good sell. So what you want to do now, we want to wait for this market to fill this gap. Okay, we want to wait for this market to fill this gap. Then we'll continue shorting. Everything against the United States dollar, we're going to short them. Every single thing. Same thing here. We want to wait for this market to fill this gap. Then we short. Okay. Now we want to wait for that market to come and fill that gap. Immediately that market fills that gap, what do? We sell the market. Immediately the market fills the gap, we sell the market. Immediately the market fills the gap, we sell the market. Now going to USD card. Same thing for USD card. What do? Immediately USD card comes back to fill this gap, we buy the market. Okay, because the demand for dollar is already crazy at this point. You have no reason to be selling dollar. You have no reason now to be selling dollar. I just added USD card to our watch list. Same thing for USD JPY. Same thing for USD JPY. Let's see if USD JPY can dip a bit to this level here. Then we buy USD JPY. Every single currency that is against the dollar, you need to be going against them, because the demand for dollar and the appreciation on dollar is about to go crazy. Now let's head to the DXY and let's see what's happening. Can you guys see the massive pump? Can you guys see the massive pump to the upside? This tells you that what? If you understand fundamental analysis and you mix it with your technical analysis, bro, you're going to become unstoppable. I just explained to you guys the fundamental effects of what's actually happening to market. Remember, we have 3 types of analysis: fundamental analysis, sentimental analysis, and the technical analysis. What is the fundamental analysis? What I just explained to you guys. What Trump's speech has effect on, which countries are affected, what is the implementation in the forex market, what is sentimental analysis? We, the people trading. Now all of them are scared. If everybody is scared due to the news that is actually flying around, what is everybody doing? Everybody will be looking to buy dollar, and if you can't beat them, you join them. Now why would hedge funds, big investment banks, and everybody buying the United States dollar, then you want to sell dollar? That is where sentimental analysis comes in. Then the technical analysis, which is almost useless at this point, that is when you draw lines on your charts. But at this point now, technically, we want to wait for this market to fill this gap. We want to wait for this market to give us a good entry. Then what do? Then we buy and sell. If it gives us a good entry here, we sell. On USD card, it gives us a good entry here, we buy. That's why I told you guys this week is going to be very, very interesting. Please make sure you get a funded next account or fund your XNES account. Please. Last week we did crazy numbers on VIX 75, $300 to 10K. This week I believe we can do crazy number and more. And if you feel you still want to study more after this daily outlook, you can go get the Trade Like Tony Sniper course. Okay, watch these fundamental aspects. You'll be able to interpret fundamental analysis just the way I did. Okay, this is the link here. Just go to seller.co/Tony Sniper. Seller.co/Tony Sniper. You'll be able to get the account. Remember, Tony Sniper with a 3, not E. So with all that being said, guys, let's make money this week. I love you guys so much, and happy new month once more. The month of February is going to be memorable. Peace, guys.